Hello. Henry Maudslay was born in London in 1771. His father, who died when Henry was 9, had been wounded in action, serving as a wheelwright in the Royal Engineers, and subsequently took a job as a storekeeper at the Royal Arsenal in Woolwich, originally an ordnance store, but from the early 18th century increasingly used for research and to manufacture arms and ammunition. Henry began work at the Arsenal aged 12 filling cartridges, before joining the carpenter's shop, and then at 15 beginning training as a blacksmith. He gained a reputation for precision, accuracy and complex light forge work, which led to an approach by Joseph Bramah, inventor and pioneer of hydraulic engineering. A few years earlier, Bramah had patented a lock based on the tumbler principle. Locks at the time were simple devices, easy to pick, and Bramah's lock offered a step change in greater security, but he had been unable to exploit his invention because its mechanical complexity made manufacture uneconomic. Bramah asked Maudslay, aged 18, if he could solve the problem, which he did by designing and making a dedicated machine and special tools. A built lock went on display in the window of Bramah's shop at 124 Piccadilly, London, as the Challenge Lock, with a reward of 200 guineas offered to anyone who could pick it. It was more than 60 years later when the lock was finally opened by an American, Alfred Charles Hobbs, at the Great Exhibition of 1851, and even so it took more than 50 hours spread over 2.5 weeks. There is a rebuilt version of the Challenge Lock in the Science Museum in London. Bramah put Maudslay in charge of his workshop, where he was engaged on improving some of Bramah's other inventions, including his hydraulic press, but received little credit for his achievements. In 1797, after 8 years working for Joseph Bramah, and now married with a young family, Maudslay asked for an increase of salary. When his request was refused, he left to set up his own business in Lambeth. In 1800, Maudslay designed the first industrially practical screw-cutting lathe, which for the first time allowed standardisation, a major advance in workshop technology. Previously, all nuts and bolts had to be made individually as matching pairs. In 1806, he invented the first bench micrometer, capable of accurate measurement to 1/10,000th of an inch. Because it settled arguments, he called it the Lord Chancellor. Maudslay's big commission was to work alongside Sir Marc Isambard Brunel, Isambard Kingdom Brunel's father, and Samuel Bentham, brother of philosopher and reformer Jeremy Bentham, Inspector of General Naval Works, on the design and manufacture of machines to mass-produce rigging blocks for the Royal Navy. This was the heyday of the age of sail. Britain was a maritime superpower, and each ship required thousands of blocks. Between 1803 and 1806, Maudslay built and installed 42 machines at the purpose-built Portsmouth Block Mills, where some of the original machinery survives. These examples are in the Science Museum in London. Maudslay's machines, operated by just 10 men, produced 130,000 blocks annually, a task that previously required 110 men, an early demonstration of assembly line mass factory production. By 1810, Maudslay was employing a workforce of 200 and was specialising in marine engines. A Maudslay engine was fitted to HMS Lightning, the Royal Navy's first steam-powered vessel. In 1825, working to Marc Brunel's specifications, Maudslay supplied the shield that made the tunnel beneath the River Thames from Rotherhithe to Wapping possible. Many famous names began their careers with Henry Maudslay, including Sir Joseph Whitworth, known for the Whitworth rifle and the standard for screw threads; James Naismith, whose steam hammer replaced the tilt hammer; Richard Roberts, developer of precision lathes. This example is in London's Science Museum. Joshua Field, who worked on sewage systems and was involved in laying cable for the Atlantic Telegraph Company, and Joseph Clement, who built Charles Babbage's first difference engine, an automated mechanical calculator, now in the Science Museum in London. The company continued after Maudslay's death in 1831, famously supplying the 750 horsepower engine for Isambard Kingdom Brunel's SS Great Western, finally closing in 1904. Next time, the arrival of the canals to meet the demand for more economic and reliable cross-country transport. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be informed when the next video is available, or you can subscribe by clicking on the rose window over my shoulder.